Hello all Hollywood Western Wardrobe fans. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is on Val Kilmer / Doc Holliday's gambling knife. So, as I have stated many times, I have an infatuation with Val Kilmer's portrayal of Doc Holliday, and I have set out on a mission to myself to replicate everything that I can that Val used in the movie Tombstone. And that's including wardrobe and props. And I'm going to try to do it to the best of my ability. Now, in the movie, the only time this knife gets used is when Val / Doc stabs Frank Stallone / Ed Bailey at the beginning of the movie and at the poker game. And Val whips this knife out, stabs Frank. Well, here's the story on this knife that I have read. I have a book called The Making of Tombstone, and they state in the movie when Val is sitting at the table, there is somebody underneath the table, and they hand Val this knife here. And so it was never holstered in a sheath or anything like that. And then he stabs Ed Bailey, and then he wipes it off on his, I believe his pant leg, and then he sheathes it. So, as you notice here, I have two knives. These are custom made by my friend Judson Ratliff. And Judson makes custom knives. You can look him up on Facebook. In fact, I'll try to put a link in on this in my comments or the description or whatever on these YouTube videos so you guys can check him out. Makes awesome knives. These are handmade. Everything is handmade. They are expensive. So if you're thinking you're buying a cheap knife, you are not. Just giving you a heads up. But if you want a quality knife, you want to go to Judson. And Judson is the only person I know that is doing this. And the only reason he's the only person doing this is because I commissioned him to do this for me. So we're going to go talk about both knives. This knife right here is the first knife. When I called up Judson, we hooked up on Facebook, got his number, called him, and we talked. And I said, listen, I want Doc's knife. And, we kind of danced around a little bit. And I said, come up with something for me. And I sent him a few pictures. And he sent me this knife. Beautiful knife. And he also did the sheath. Now, if you look at the sheath, you'll see this tooling and scroll work on it. That pretty much mimics Val's shoulder holster, his rig, shoulder rig. And then I believe this little button right there on the sheath is called a Sam Brown button, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me. And then he stamped it with Ratliff on the, let me turn it this way, I think, so you guys can try to get it in the light. Right there on the back of the sheath. So I'm not really sure how this sheath works. It's something, you take this button there and it goes through like your suspender deal, and that's how you wear your knife. So the knife came into me and I'm like, it's a beautiful knife, but the guard just wasn't correct and the blade to me was too small. Not Judson's fault, just, that's what he interpreted it as. And I was like, I had one screen grab of Val holding the knife. I'm going to try to hold it so you can kind of see. And it kind of looks like this. And you can see that guard looks like this, the blade, everything. So the knife came in, this knife, and I'm like, I like it a lot. But it just doesn't really match the screen grab that I have. So I call up Judson. I'm like, hey, brother, here's the deal. Love the knife, but we're going to redo it. And he's like, oh, okay, what's the deal? And I'm like, it just doesn't match the screen grab. And I had bought a cheap knife literally like a Pakistani cheap knife that costs like $5 or something. But the blade and the guard were correct. Now, in the movie, you never see the handle. You do not see this handle at all. All you see is this. Just like that. That's all you see. And I was like, if we're going to do this, let's take the handles here and let's get them white to match the grips of both valves pistols. And, we'll do the scrolling and everything to match the holster. So, per se, Doc Holliday, I would think that he would have everything matching, okay? And my buddy, Edward, sent me a screen grab from the movie that you see the sheath that Doc puts the knife in. And the sheath is, basically, it's standing like this, it's vertical, but there's no belt. Doc's pants did not have belt loops. He didn't wear a belt. He wore suspenders. So I'm like, well, how in the hell? And then this was not hooked up to the suspenders. And I'm like, well, how in the hell did they do that? And so I thought about it, and I thought they have to have a clip on the back of the sheath, and it just went through the top of Val's pants, and it just hung there. That's the only thing it could be. I mean, I thought about everything. Now, if somebody else has a different scenario way it could be, please let me know, because I'm dying to hear it. But so Judson put a belt clip on the back of this for me so I can stick it down my pants and put it all together. And I will try to put, I'm filming with one hand because obviously I'm doing this with my phone. So bear with me as I put this knife into its sheath. Let me come around this way and I can see what I'm doing. Because it's a nice fit, guys. I mean, very nice fit. And that's what it looks like, sheath. So when it's setting in valve pants, it's just like that. And I'm going to say that this is a screen accurate knife until somebody can show me the original. If so, I don't know if Val has it. I know Val kept pretty much everything from the movie, so he may have that knife. But if somebody could produce a photo of the knife and sheath, until then, this is it. And if I do, somebody can prove that to me, I will have the knife remade. I can't remember what I paid for this. Both knives, I want to say it was like around, Judson would be able to correct me on this, but I want to say like $450 each, something like that. I could be wrong, but somewhere around that price, I think. And I love them. I mean, like I said, and if this is wrong, by God, I'll go back and have Judson make it right. But until then, I'm going with this. That's just what I'm going with. This one here, because it's not right, I love it. I don't know, I can't use it as a boot knife. I don't know, I guess if somebody wanted to buy it from me, I would sell it for what I have in it. But it would have to be more of a period correct where you're going to use that little stub there. Like I said, if it goes on your suspenders or whatever, I just never have quite figured that out, how that works. But I would have this one, I would let this one go. This one, if you want one like this, get a hold of Judson and he'll make you one that is what I'm going to call screen accurate. And like I said, screen accurate until I can be proven it's not. And right now I have done homework and study on slave for years, guys. And I'm not talking like, oh, I looked one night and I couldn't find nothing. I have looked for years and I have never came up with anything. So this one I'm going to say is screen accurate until somebody can prove me wrong. This one is not, but if somebody wants it, I'll sell it to you. So anyway, that is the Doc Holliday Tombstone gambling knife. That's what I'm just calling this. And someday when I get the whole outfit all put together, because we are making everything that Val wore. We're trying to match all the shirts, all the vests, the jackets, the pants, the gun rigs, which I have done videos on, all together. And you guys will see this all come together as the pieces come in one by one. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video on the knives, and I look forward to doing another video for you guys. And until then, we'll just talk to you later. Bye.